On the 24th of April, the Kiev residents woke up to another deadly Russian attack. And these have really intensified alarmingly since the start of this year. And just in Kiev, 12 people were killed as a result of these attacks across the city, and 84 were injured. And more than 1,000 people have been directly affected as their homes have been damaged or completely destroyed. But civilians and infrastructure were also hit in several other regions yesterday, including in Kharkiv, where I myself woke up around 2 a.m. in the morning to the loud sound of explosions. The polyclinic, a school were among the civilians. The UN's Human Rights Monitoring Mission in Ukraine reports that civilian casualties in Ukraine were in March this year 70% higher compared to March last year. One of the main things we deliver is part of this emergency response, are emergency shelter materials that help people cover broken windows, roofs, and doors. And since 2022, we have supported around 450,000 people with such materials. We're also, as part of this emergency response, providing psychological first aid. In Kharkiv. And we also see attacks on frontline regions increasing, and it's, as always, civilians that are bearing the highest cost of the war. And the escalation of hostilities along frontline areas has forced more civilians to flee and prompted the Ukrainian authorities to issue new mandatory evacuation orders. Immediately after these attacks, more than 200,000 people have been evacuated or displaced from frontline areas between August last year and the start of 2025. Assistance, humanitarian assistance. What we see is that more is really needed to sustain a timely and a predictable response to the calls from the affected people and the authorities. And I mean, UNHCR and our partners, we have the capacity and the reach to efficiently deliver, provided we receive the necessary funding. The Kiev residents woke up to another deadly 2,600 apartments. And while these attacks